All right, I'm gonna ask you something very serious, and I need you to give me a complete answer, guitar-wise. Have you ever had a dream? I mean like a real dream. A dream where your mom wakes you up at 6:50 right before school and you just want to like click the snooze button on the alarm because all you want to do is go back to bed. No, I'm up. Because I have had one of those dreams. I've actually had two of them. The first of which is I want to do a duet at the Super Bowl with Eric Clapton to the fantastic song Never Gonna Give You Up. No, I'm never gonna give up that dream. But my second dream, which is a little more realistic and a little less on the silly side, is that I've always wanted to own a Fender Princeton Reverb. I think it's one of the greatest amps to have ever been put on the face of the planet. It's so legendary. You think when you go on the Equipboard list, which has become one of my favorite like all-time websites to just waste time on things that I don't have, don't need, but really, really want. I go down the rabbit hole and I'm like, okay, Jack White has used this amp, John Mayer has used this amp, even get people who aren't necessarily guitar players like City and Color, who write some of the most like beautiful lyrics I've ever heard, guys like that use the amp. And I think the Strat tone through the Princeton is one of the most like iconic guitar sounds I can literally think of, and especially being able to try and record that, I like it. Just going through my mind is just pure, like unadulterated, great word, excitement. And so I was feeling spontaneous today, like really, really spontaneous, like more spontaneous than I usually am. And I was like, why don't I try and haggle? Why don't I try and really haggle for a Princeton Reverb, even more than I have for previous amps, because I want to see what it sounds like, and I want to see if I've just built up this amp to be so great in my mind, or if it'll actually be everything that I want it to be. Now, first things first, I had to go down like the rabbit hole, like the real rabbit hole, because I found out how many different Princeton Reverbs there are and how many different reissues there are, and I landed on the 65. And so, let's try and get it. Are we gonna get a Princeton today? All right, no big stories today. The transaction went super well. Super nice guy. Did not want to be filmed. Was very adamant about that, and I respect that. I didn't tell a lot of people that I was gonna buy it. I didn't tell anyone actually. So I wanted to show my friends to see what they actually think about it, or if they've used it before. So let's see what they think. Oh, also I think I'm gonna lie and tell them that I bought a Boss Katana. I'm like, what's up, bro? I bought a new katana.
Same one, or does it do something different? Zero chance it's a katana. Yeah. Zero chance. There we go. That. And look, there's a little space for it right here.
It's...
Dude, I've got everything set up so we can just swap the speaker cable and
So are we, we're gonna plug this thing in?
yeah, let's plug it in. Half a step.
That's like crazy that it's just on 10.
Yeah, so we're 10 going into the aux.
That's how the cool kids do it.
No, it's not.
That's what Peter McKinnon does.
No, it doesn't.
Like, it's crazy. Like, you see a little amp and you just think like, oh, that's a clean tone. But if you push that thing, like, it is going on heat.
All right, let's dial it down to 5 and turn our line up.
You know what I would do if I was Daniel?
All right, now we're gonna go down to 2.5.
Good, 2.5?
2.5.
Oh gosh. We need to get that funky stuff if we're going down. There it is. I suck.
All right, now let's go to from 2 to 10.
Oh gosh.
Hold on. This is 7.
Oh no, get that reverb back on. That was
No, you gotta get a little bit without the reverb. And a little bit of this.
Come on, Mike. You gotta do the thing. I need some Centavo action.
Oh, you want the Centavo?
Yeah.
You sure?
One of the best pedals I've heard for like under $200. What'd you put on there?
The penguin thing. JJS.
Oh, the boys.
Yeah.
So when it comes to guitar gear and amps in particular, I think there's one specific category that I hesitate to put something in, but when I put it in this category, you know it's legendary, and I call it my can't miss pieces of gear. So like a Strat, you can't miss if a Strat is made and set up right. And the same thing with a Princeton. I think it's my favorite Fender amp of all time, and it's my favorite amp of all time. It's my dream amp, and it did not disappoint in any way, shape, or fashion, especially like getting to play it through the aux and actually like hear it through my friends' like Focal speakers. It was almost surreal. And I even got to play with it a little bit more once I got here and check it out, what it would sound like in this room with my specific microphones and my specific tones. I feel like I'm playing with fire with this amp, and that sounds super corny. I know it does. I've played through multiple guitar amps at Andy's studio before, but I think this is, outside of the Vox, the first real studio tube amp that I have in here. And I can't wait to be able to crank it more and see what I can do with it, especially try and get some like iconic Strat tones out of that thing. Whew. But I want to know what you think. Have you tried a Princeton? Have you played one? Just in general, what is your favorite Fender amp of all time, and what Fender amp do I need to check out in order to get the real experience? Is it a deluxe reverb? Is it a hot rod? Like, tell me anything. And by the way, thank you so much for watching this video. If you want one, great place to check out, sweetwater.com. They've been a super fan of the channel. If you liked any of the tones or any of the gear in this video, all the links are in the description. It's one of the best ways to support the channel if that's something that you're interested in doing. Or if you just want to know more about any of these tones that I put out on here, great place to start. If you had a good time, make sure to like and subscribe. And most importantly of all, have a fantastic day.